In the news this week, the Church of Scotland votes to allow same-sex weddings. A former cabinet member criticises the Church of England for putting politics over doctrine. And a doctor is struck off for prescribing transgender drugs without proper assessment. Hello. The Church of Scotland has voted to allow ministers to conduct same-sex weddings in its churches. The 2022 General Assembly voted to redefine marriage by 274 to 136 votes. The Recognition of Marriage Services Act will be amended to remove the words husband and wife, only referring to the parties as each other. Reverend Dr. William Phillip and his congregation at the Tron Glasgow left the Church of Scotland a decade ago after the denomination decided to allow gay ministers. Speaking to the Coalition for Marriage campaign, he accused the Church of abandoning the Bible.
The Church is just trying to reflect wider society rather than leading the nation in a path of truth against error. The lines are being clarified, I think, between real Christianity and just, I suppose, what you might call civic Christianity. Christians, as well as all others of good faith and people who see the importance of their family, need to realize that they have a voice and they need to make their voice heard in the public square, because the family and marriage is a bedrock of our society.
A former cabinet member has criticised the Church of England for putting politics above doctrine. Former Secretary of State for National Heritage, David Mellor, made the comments on GB News following an article in The Times about declining membership in denominations. He said that if the Church becomes merely an alternative pressure group on politics, it loses its ability to make people feel any sense of spirituality. Mellor accused the Archbishop of Canterbury of sounding more confident about politics than religion.
The question is, what is God's message to the country today? Perfectly obvious, whatever it is not coming across. And as an older church-going community dies off, the younger ones aren't coming in.
The Secretary of State for Northern Ireland has carried out his threat to force the rollout of abortion services across the province. After granting himself extra powers, Brandon Lewis said he wants the Department of Health to implement an expanded service within days to weeks. Lewis pledged to make further interventions if the Department of Health does not commission and fund abortion services as directed. Stormont's Health Minister, Robin Swan, said his department would give the new regulations careful consideration and that he would be seeking further legal advice. Responding to the Westminster power grab, DUP MP Carla Lockhart said, "This should be for the people of Northern Ireland to decide what services they want, if any." And finally, a consultant physician has been struck off for prescribing drugs to gender-confused patients without proper assessment. A tribunal found Dr. Michael Webberley guilty of several charges, including 7 cases from February 2017 to June 2019. One 9-year-old girl was prescribed puberty blockers merely on the basis of a questionnaire. Tribunal Chairman Tim Bradbury found wide-ranging and sustained misconduct, saying Dr. Webberley acted according to the patient's wishes instead of clinical practice. The medic's wife, Helen, had previously been charged for compromising patient safety and awaits the conclusion of her tribunal. Well, that's all for this week. For regular updates and information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.